Hi, I'm Jenny Fish with One Big Happy Yarn Company, and welcome to block 6 of our 2024 Block of the Month Knit Along. This block is called the Latvian Braid. We are going to show you right here. Now I have two different versions here, and the reason why is because with this pattern we are changing our needle size. With this textured stitch, the Latvian braid, there's a lot of twisting and that cinches your stitches up, so we need to go with a larger size knitting needle, and I'm using a US size 11 for this one. And I just want to show you the difference on here. This, I used the regular size 8 that we've used for like our stockinette block, stockinette stripe block. See how much smaller this is? This is 4 inches, this is 5 inches. What a big difference. We had to bump that needle size up so that we could get the gauge to match our 5 inches, which is the same of all of our other blocks. So I wanted to show that to you right here on these little samples. That is why we are bumping up the needle size. So let's get started. I've gone ahead on my little sample here and cast on 10 stitches, just a normal long tail cast on. Got 10 stitches there, cast on all in the same color, so you'll cast on with first color. Then we're going to do a setup row. And the setup row is knit 1 with the first color, then knit 1 with the second color. And again, the same way as we've done before, make a loop, slide it over the needle. Then this entire row, we're just alternating. We've done this before. Knit 1 with one color, knit 1 with the second color. And I'm going to go ahead and hold the second yarn here, or the first yarn there. This is just one row, so the color dominance isn't going to matter at this point. So I'm just going to knit every other stitch, just like that. Okay, so that is row 1. Setup row 1. That is setup row 1. Now we're going to row 1, and this is where the fun starts happening. This is where the fun happens. Okay, so on row 1, this is actually going to be the wrong side of our work. We're going to be knitting and twisting our yarn on purpose, because the twisting of the yarn is what's going to make the design that you see here. This is the right side of the work. We're going to be knitting on the wrong side, twisting the yarn on the right side. So just bear with me. We'll walk through this and I'll show you, but this is what the end result's going to look like. And this is how we do it. So I'm going to knit first stitch, and each stitch is knit with the same color as below. So we're not alternating like we did in block number 2. We're actually going to stay consistent. This is a white stitch. I'm going to knit it with the white yarn. Then I'm going to knit the purple stitch with the purple yarn. But here's the trick. I'm going to bring the purple yarn under the white yarn and twist. Then knit. Then I'm bringing the white yarn under the purple yarn, knit, and that's twisting that yarn underneath. That is what's giving us our design on the front side. So I'm going to continue twisting and knitting. And I tend to hold both strands in the same hand as I'm working along, just so that I can switch them back and forth and keep my tension, because I'm kind of maintaining my tension, using my fingers to sort through the color that I need, bringing it under, knit all the way across. Now I'm on row 2, and this is the right side of my work, and I'm going to be purling. You will notice that your yarns are twisted. Now we're going to untwist them as we work our way back. And so I want you to see how this, grab one of these. See how the white yarn is coming over the purple, over the purple. As we work this purl row, we're going to be untwisting them by, when each stitch that we make, we'll be untwisting those. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to work the first purl stitch with the same color. Now I'm going to grab my white yarn. Look at how that's twisted. So I want to untwist that. As I'm untwisting it, it's causing the design on the front. By the time I get to the end of this row, my 2 strands of yarn will be untwisted. Just like that. See, now they're laying side by side for the most part. I mean, they have a tendency to curl anyway, but they are laying side by side. And then when I look at my work, you can see the floats are on the front side of the work and they're forming this V, and then you have like this purl bump in the middle, and that is what's making the design that you see here. See, there's your floats. By twisting those yarns and creating those floats, it's making this braid look, and that is the Latvian braid. Okay, so go ahead and finish your block. You'll be working a repeat of row 1, row 2. If your yarn winds up on one, it will unwind on the other, so don't worry about that. That's part of the process of knitting this block. You'll bind off using the second color. That kind of evens out your use of colors in this block, and make 6 of them, and then you can join me next month as we dive into mitered squares. Thank you so much. Don't forget, if you want to get your kit, click on the link in the description box below. The kit has the pattern and all the yarn that you need. Thank you so much, and happy knitting.